comment about embodying capacity, about having an experience of capacity coming in, because that's really the topic is the topic that we're going to be covering this evening, is a way to embody our capacity so that we can step into higher states of consciousness, awareness, and in effectiveness in daily moments where we need that, whether we're on a sailboat, whether we're engaging with clients, or trying to deal with somebody who's on the other end of the customer service line that isn't really paying attention to us. So what we're going to do this evening is my version of an exercise, as I said earlier, that was taught to me by Desda Zuckerman. And she refers to this exercise as returning presence. And over the last year or so, and some of you know this from personal experience, what exactly this activity does has really opened up for me in an amazing way. I'm excited to share it with you. So traditionally, I thought that what this exercise does is helps us to get really grounded and focused. And what I've realized is there's a distinction between physical embodiment and vibrational embodiment. And so each and every one of us have a divine aspect, if you will, called our presence or our essence, that is an aspect of our everlasting consciousness that kind of floats around with us, looks for information on a regular basis, looks for things that we're interested in, information that we're seeking, and oftentimes lives outside of the physical body. And so for me, I've noticed that as I've done this exercise, it's allowed me to be much better on time, in person, and really has expanded my ability to be successful in the things that I'm seeking to do, whether it's a conversation, working in the garden, whatever we happen to do. So presence is something that usually lives outside of our physical body, and presence remembers. Okay, so it's a vital aspect if you think of it as an everlasting aspect. So this follows through with us, incarnation through incarnation. It really holds an understanding of our consciousness from a soul level, I believe. It remembers everything that we've ever done, remembers what we're doing right now, and really has kind of an idea of what's coming to us. So this evening, we're going to do some breathing. We're going to drop in a little bit, and then I'm going to ask you to participate if you'd like to in an exercise called returning presence. And some of you have done this 100 times, and some of you have done it twice. But really what this is about is that when we are returning presence, we're creating a maximum focus in the present moment, and also incorporating what's happened to us in the past, like I said, a little bit of what's coming to us from the future, and incorporating all of that knowledge right into the present moment. And really what this offers is a level of awareness that's out of time and space, but is also available to us right now. And just looking at a couple notes that I have here. So, I often get the question of what's the difference between grounding, physical grounding, and returning presence. And I think I touched on that a little bit, but this really has more to do with first getting into the body and then allowing our greater wisdom to anchor and to direct our attention in areas that we're looking to go to. So returning presence can really give us access to a grander view, to a way of being that adds depth to every experience that we're doing. And so many times presence will actually settle in different parts of our body. So if I asked anybody sort of like, where's your attention right now? I mean, probably some of us would say, oh, it's, kind of over here by the cabinets or something like that. And that's really what happens. So if we're focused on art, if we're focused on music, if we're focused on healing, our greater energetic body has places where that wisdom is held. And oftentimes, even if we're just sitting washing dishes, we may be physically paying attention to what we're doing, but we're not present, and we're actually off, creating new ideas, focusing on different things. And if our mindset is not in alignment with what we're paying attention to, a lot of times it can create confusion, it can create frustration. And even if we are focusing on things that maybe might not be so good, maybe they're a part of our history, maybe they're a part of something that we're trying to figure out socially or something like that, it can actually add to distraction and agitation in our day-to-day. So what we're going to do today is just try a little practice. And this is an out loud practice. Everybody's going to be muted, and I think you are now already. And to begin, I just encourage everybody, if it feels good, just to, I heard a lot of sort of mixed energy on the call tonight. And so, as usual, the breath that we're going to use this evening is a breath in through the nose, down into that lower belly, and out through the mouth. So just giving us all a chance to just take some nice breaths. And just remembering why we're here, dropping into this opportunity to give ourselves a gift. Nice deep breaths in through the nose, extending belly as much as comfortable, and maybe there's even a vocalization or a sound that would like to come out. For whoever's new, I'm really a big proponent of vocalized exhales. A lot of times, even with a simple sound, we're able to release the vibration of that which we're not able to say. We've all had times where we weren't able to say what we wanted to. Just dropping in, perhaps shaking the hands a little bit if that feels good, rolling the shoulders, just letting go of whatever you may have brought here today, anything that's, any lists of things to do that might be trying to find their way, and just dropping into this present moment. And we'll engage in a little body scan, just paying attention to your crown, top of your head. And just imagine feeling your body from the inside out. Just feeling inside your skull, giving attention to your brain. If you've had a taxing day, perhaps taking a breath for your brain. Bringing awareness and attention into the physical body. Just staying with your breath. After 6 or 8 of these breaths, we activate the parasympathetic nervous system. Automatic relaxation response follows. And just allowing a deeper sense of relaxation to come into the head brain. And being aware of your neck, the back side of your neck. Feeling in perhaps the occipital notch where the spine connects into the head brain. And letting out a sound if that feels good. Allowing your awareness to come down into your throat. And inviting you to let go of any sounds. It might feel good to let out. Everybody's muted. Very good. Staying with your breath, being aware of your shoulders. What are these shoulders carrying today? Just breathing into any tension, any discomfort, anything that might distract you from this process. And bring awareness down into your chest, upper spine, upper back, back side of the shoulders, shoulder blades. Just coming back to the breath for a few moments. Just allowing a deep sense of relaxation, peace, or calm just to find its way into your body, down your shoulders, down your arms. Just allowing your body to relax, to be heavy perhaps. And you may notice your awareness dropping down now, being aware perhaps of your heart, your rib cage, nice breath. Just allowing a deep sense of relaxation just to enter your organs. Very good. Coming down to your lower spine and hips, your lower belly and gut. Perhaps taking a moment to notice, even with this short breathing, how is your upper body feeling now? Now allowing that breath to drop down, dropping your awareness in a very deliberate way down the sides of your hips, top of your thighs, back of your legs. Nice breath, breathing down to your feet. And allowing your feet to become heavy, still. Feeling the support of your chair, cushion. Perhaps allowing yourself to become a little more upright. Just feeling into your body for a few minutes. What are you noticing? What's trying to get your attention? Celebration, happiness, something else? Everything's perfect. If there's a part of your body that perhaps is trying to get your attention, inviting you to, bring a hand to wherever that might be. And just taking a breath for that part. Perhaps it's an age or a body part. Staying with the breath. Allowing for a deeper exhale if that feels good. And now inviting you to sense in. We discussed earlier this idea of your presence or your essence, this timeless aspect of yourself that we carry in each and every incarnation to help us find wisdom in our lives and each and every moment. And just being aware, either being aware, even imagining if this aspect is anchored in your physical body. And if it's not, just imagining where it might be. Some might look at this as, where is my attention also? And for most of you, it will probably be above you, perhaps in front or behind. And just breathing into the idea of this essence of yourself. Inviting you to lift your hands above your head. And perhaps reaching in the direction, even if you're just imagining where this might be hovering somewhere around you, reaching towards it. And just speaking out loud, divine presence, I invite you to enter the space between my hands. If it feels good to stand up, you can do that as well. So again, this is a verbal calling. Divine presence, I invite you to enter the space between my hands. Very good. There you go. And experiencing or imagining, perhaps even moving your hands a little bit outward and inward, just getting a sense. For some, it may be a tingle. Some, it may actually feel like a personality. For others, you may see a color or hear a sound. And consciously speaking out loud, divine presence, I invite you into my physical body. And on the out breath, bringing hands down to top of your crown. Presence, please enter my crown. Perhaps expanding those hands again. Presence, please help me to remember what is possible for me in this lifetime. Very good. Just staying with this for a minute, perhaps even repeating out loud if that feels good. Presence, please help me to remember what's possible in this lifetime. And on your out breath, bringing hands down to your brow. Some might call it the third eye. Presence, please come into my brow chakra. And if you have a sense of that, again, opening and closing the hands a little bit. Just noticing. This is an invitation. Presence, please give me a greater vision for what is possible in this lifetime. Help me to see my unfolding truth. Help me to see what's possible. Very good. Another deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth, bringing hands down to your throat. Presence, please enter my throat. Help me to communicate in such a way that I am understood by others and myself. Help me to find the right words. Help me to speak my truth. Very good. Just noticing what that might feel like or imagining what it feels like. Another nice breath, bringing hands down to heart. Divine presence, please enter my heart. Help to fill my heart with compassion for myself and all those I come into contact with. And again, perhaps opening and closing hands a little bit. And just noticing, how do your hands feel? We're at the center point of the body. Is there a difference between the upper body and the lower? Just noticing. Another deep breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Bring hands down to solar plexus. Presence, please enter my solar plexus. Help to show me the good emotions that are available to me now. And again, if maybe it's been a tough day, inviting presence to help you to experience the positive emotions available to you right now. Again, moving those hands around a little bit, perhaps imagining the chakra expanding, and just noticing how that feels. Very good. Deep breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Bringing hands down to the lower belly, to the dantian, lower dantian, spot just below the belly button. Divine Presence, please fill me with creative power, creative strength, based on an understanding of what is possible in this lifetime. The vision to see my unfolding truth. An ability to speak to this reality. To hold myself and others in compassion. And to experience all the emotions that are available to me. Again, expanding hands a little bit, imagining opening up that chakra a little bit. Very good. Nice deep breath. There may be a sound here. Ooh. Another breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, bringing hands down to hips. Presence, please enter my pelvic bowl. Rest atop my root. And help me remember that I am connected to all things. Help me remember that I am grounded and sturdy and safe. Help me to remember that I am never truly alone, ever. Help me remember that I am here to make manifest the glory of the divine. And just noticing how this feels, what you're aware of. Now, in this moment, perhaps taking note of what might be trying to get your attention. If you have an awareness, everybody's muted, inviting you to speak it out loud, making it real in this moment.
giving it physicality through voice and resonance. And offering a reminder to yourself, to the universe, I am present. This is a good place to be. Help me to learn from this place, perhaps to live from this place. Very good. As you keep your awareness in that pelvic bowl, slowly opening your eyes, and just taking note of your surroundings as that feels good. For some, if this is new, it may feel like a foreign place. And it may feel like a very familiar place as well. Just taking note. How are you feeling compared to a half hour ago? Again, if it feels good, speaking out loud, any differences, good, bad, speaking it out loud. Perhaps now allowing your awareness just to go a little bit outside yourself, outside the body, into the space around you. Perhaps even looking around your room. Just noticing. So as we start to expand and investigate our totality, anchoring our presence can give us access to far more awareness. Awareness can increase efficacy. And doing this practice on a regular basis can often bring us great insight into what's going on with us vibrationally. Much like if you had never been to the chiropractor, but then had a chiropractic adjustment or came into alignment, suddenly your body is very able to identify what being out of alignment is like. This exercise with practice can tell us when we are somewhere else. As we become more present each day, we are better able to distinguish what energy is ours, what influence is ours, what is ours and what is not ours. Very good. And just noticing if one chakra perhaps or one place in the body was more difficult than another, which is very common. And just bringing hands to that part if that feels good to you. Just acknowledging that place. As you're ready, returning to a more conscious, interactive space with the group. If you have water, it's a good idea to drink a little bit of water right now. And for some, this might feel like a place that you want to stay. So knowing that you can come back, perhaps even saying out loud, I'll be back. Perhaps rubbing your hands together a little bit, bringing them to the face, to the heart. And this is a very short example of a lifelong practice. And for me, I consider this one of the most fundamentally important things we can do if we are drawn to be of service for others. If we are drawn to be creators, artists, healers, teachers, being physically and vibrationally anchored in the present moment can help us in every single thing we do.